Come to the back of your mat into Tadasana. Reach down through your fingers, root down through your feet, lifting up through your pelvic floor muscles, energy into your solar plexus, and lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take a few moments in your Tadasana to feel the energy flow in the body. And then stepping your feet hip distance apart and shaking out that tree. Breathing. Releasing the tension. And now rolling down through your spine. Pausing at the bottom. And re-stacking your vertebra one at a time. Let's repeat that. Moving your vertebra one at a time to roll down. Bending your knees at the bottom, pressing through the balls of the feet to re-stack your spine. Hands behind your head, lift your top chest, feeling that squeeze underneath your shoulder blades. Breathing. And then hands on your hips and drawing some hip circles. Exploring your way through this, releasing the tension around the sides of the glutes and getting the hips moving. Back to the back of your mat now. And big shoulder rolls. So 3 times, shoulders up, draw your shoulder blades together, down, forward, and spread your shoulders. And when you reverse, shoulders spread when they're up, they squeeze together when they're down. Shaking out that tree. Keep releasing the tension from the top chest on the exhalation. Knee to chest now, pushing the floor away with the supporting foot to bring that opposite knee in towards the chest. How can you make it easier to lift the leg? And the same thing in your push kicks. How can you make it as easy and effortless as possible to lift and then extend that foot and leg? Try not to hold the breath. Now I'm using a yoga block. You could use a hard book. Standing on the block, lifting up onto my toes, and then heels towards the floor. So really releasing behind the legs, the calves, in particular the calves. Keep going, lifting up, and then lowering your heels down. Really, you can use anything. You just need your heels to be able to lower closer to the floor. Keep the breath flowing and alternating pedaling one foot and then the other. Keep breathing, maybe you pause and pulse. And coming back to our mat, rolling down through your vertebra one at a time, releasing the tension, opening the spine. And Salamba Uttanasana, elbows anywhere. You can have them on your thighs or lower them down towards the floor. Then swapping the hand that's in front, releasing. Walking our hands out into a down dog now. Lengthening your spine, so feel free to bend the knees if you need to lengthen your low back. Have a little play around with releasing the tension for you. I'm pedaling my legs. Then rippling forward into a full or half plank, you can lower your knees and rocking forward and back, warming our abdominal muscles. Lowering our knees, optional for our salsa hips now, rocking from side to side. Keep pressing the floor away with your hands. Lowering our knees to the floor, Balasana. Lift your elbows. Draw the muscles underneath your shoulder blades towards the glutes. And now puppy, any variation. You might have your forehead or your chin to the floor, your arms extended or not. How's your breath? Then coming into an unfurl to a half up dog. Rounding again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round through your vertebra. Inhale, half up dog, knees on the floor. Keep going. So as we come into our half up dog, we're lengthening and stretching the front line of the body. Tuck your toes, lift the knees. And now lower belly squeezes. And walking your hands back to your feet into Malasana. Rocking forward and back is the step one option, or elbows press inside the inner thighs. Hands back to the floor, knees back to the floor. Stepping right foot to right thumb. Release the back hip flexor. Notice the breath. Relax the lungs. Notice if the breath is getting stuck anywhere as you come out of this into your half split, lengthening the back. Digging through the heel. And then ankle under knee, lifting the back knee off the floor now. Rocking forward and back, warming up. And your variation of a twist, maybe the knee is on the floor again, maybe not. Draw your shoulder blades together. Hands to the floor, step back, knee to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Take a child's pose. And with the exhalation, release tension around the hips and spine. Puppy again. Relax the top chest. So I'm just demoing here that you can lift the head. We're all going to lift the head now. And coming into our cat-cow. So inhale, we concave. Maybe you bend your elbows. And exhale, rounding up. Continue with that. And pelvic rolls. Changing direction with those rolls. And rocking hips from side to side, looking under opposite elbow. So releasing into the sides of the hips and around the shoulders. Walk your hands back to your feet now and Malasana. You can stay in Malasana or come into your Skandasana, so one leg extended. Flex the extended leg, the foot. I'm rocking to release the tension. And coming over onto the other side. And again, feel free to rock here. Relax the top chest, keep facilitating the breath by noticing any non-breathing. Lunging from side to side now. Our toes stay on the floor. Releasing down the side of the straight leg. And hands into the center of the mat for our wide-legged twist. Our left hand behind the right buttocks. And reach that hand up now. And then swap sides. So we're rotating from the floating ribs. We're extending the hand up now. And the hips stay steady. Forward folding, take hold of the back of the heels if you wish. Keep the knees bent is another option. How's the breath going? And walking our hands to the top of the mat, stepping back into a down dog. Maybe you pedal the legs. Maybe you stretch the sternum forward. Lowering our knees, left foot steps towards the left thumb. Have a little rock and roll. Release the right quadricep. Softening and relaxing the lungs. Finding your half split. Draw the left hip back in line with the right. Allow the breath to flow. Ankle under knee, lifting the back knee and limbering up. Keep that left hip low. Finding your variation of a twist, squeeze the left knee back to the chest and chest to knee. While keeping the torso long, so it's not like you're just bringing the chest, it's the whole body close to the knee. Hand to the floor, knee to knee transition, and your unfurl rounding. Half up dog, exhale, belly squeezes, inhale, lengthen, exhale, unfurl, inhale, half up dog, draw your belly in like you're rounding, keep going, like you're rounding your low back as you come out of your half up dog. Then chest to the floor, hands under shoulders. Lengthen your quads and knees away. Maybe you take hold of your feet to stretch your quadriceps. Press your hips forward. Now it's an option to lift the top chest off the floor, keeping the knees on the floor and the pelvis pressing forward. You can draw your head back. And then maybe we lift the knees as well. Step 2. Allow yourself to breathe. And lowering down, bringing your cheek to one side. Hands into a cactus position and bring your right toe either behind you or stack the legs, opening chest and around the shoulders. Relax the lungs before the breath comes in. And before the breath moves out as we swap sides. So right hand is in a half cactus position. My left hand is in front on the floor. And my left toes are on the floor. Coming back to the center. Big belly squeeze now. Up dog. Big belly squeeze to reverse into a down dog, like you're rounding the back to reverse into a down dog. So you really feel that support for your low back. Have a little rock and roll in your down dog. Are you holding the breath? Just notice. Walking hands to feet. Forward fold. Salamba Uttanasana, take hold of those elbows. Releasing the tension. And unfurling to stand now. Hands behind your head, inhale, lift the top chest. Breathe freely as we pause. Release one hand and then the other. That's our step 2. Shaking out the tree, bouncing on the balls of the feet. Shaking out the tension with that. Now coming back to our block or our hard book to lift up onto our toes and then lower our heels closer to the floor. It is easier if you take hold of something for balance. This is great if your calves are ever very tight. Now pedaling out 1 foot at a time. You can bring the heel all the way down towards the floor if you like. Back to coming up onto the toes and lowering the heels or whatever releases the tension for you. Coming back to our mat. Rolling down through your spine 1 vertebra at a time. Salamba Uttanasana. Think of lifting your sit bones up, whether your knees are bent or straight. Bring your awareness into your hip flexors in particular. Relax your face. Relax the scalp. Just allowing gravity to do the work. Walking our hands back out into our down dog. Stretch your sternum forward. And lowering our knees, coming over onto our back now. And hugging the left knee in towards the chest. Feel that squeeze around your hip flexor. Should feel really nice. And interlacing hand behind the thigh as we point and flex the foot. Keep pressing your thigh forward. Now, not yet, but in a few moments, we will evert and invert that foot. So we're doing, here we go. So we're getting the full range of motion for that ankle joint, moving toes from side to side, finding the stretch. And circles for your ankle. Keep breathing and change the direction of those circles. Keeping your knee steady. Then press foot to the sky, buttocks to the floor. Can you find the space around your knee joint? Sweep your left knee across the body into a twist and lengthen your low back. Allowing the breath in and out like a tide. Coming back to the center, figure of 4 with that left foot on top of right thigh. Lift your back foot off the floor and lower it. That bringing the knee in and out can really help release. Then I'm pulsing it, just a little movement. Now cross legs, so knees are stacked, and mindfully explore taking hold of the feet, getting a stretch down the outside of the hips. And a twist with our knees crossed. In yin, we call this twisted roots. This is not yin, but the same shape. Allowing the breath in and out like a tide. So allowing tension to be carried away. Coming back to the center, hug right knee in towards the chest, and still on the exhalation, allow yourself to release tension. Interlace hand behind right thigh, pointing and flexing the foot now. Keep your buttocks on the floor, your sit bones on the floor. Evert and invert, foot from side to side, toes from side to side. Relax the top chest. Circles now for the ankle with the toes. And then changing direction with those circles. Can you relax the face a little bit more? Now foot to the sky, buttocks to the floor. Bend that knee, draw it across the body into your twist. Back hand is in a half Y shape. Our figure of four, glute release. We're lifting the back foot and lowering it, and you continue doing that. Allow yourself to breathe. Pause and pulse. The hips love movement. Now, crossing the knees, you don't have to take hold of the feet, but it can help stretch the outside of the leg and hip to draw them closer to the floor. And then our Garudasana twist, so keep the knees crossed. And again, releasing on the exhalation. Healthy energy as energy flowing, whether it's physical or emotional. Come back to the center, some hip circles, big toes together, knees wide. Drawing those circles, we bring the knees away and then back together, reversing that direction now. Things like this really keep our hip joints healthy. I'm drawing a figure of 8 for my low back now, getting into any little pockets of tension. And happy baby. It is an alternate or a different variation to take hold of the inner thighs. Just keep your tailbone on the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana, I like to rock, so bounce my knees a little bit and then rocking from side to side. So movement releases the hips very often. And now interlacing hand behind left thigh again, foot to the sky. Creating space in the body, in the hip, in the knee. And swapping sides, right hand interlaces behind right thigh. Can you bring space into your hip joint? Rolling over onto one side now. You can, for this hamstring sling, which is a yin pose, you can interlace your hands behind your thigh, but if you have a belt, you can bring the belt like it's a headband behind. So I'm just demoing here the variation, and if you don't have a belt, or if you're not used to this pose, which is pretty unusual, but you bring the belt like it's a headband behind your head, and just over the ears, you kind of tuck it in around the ears. If you're new to yin, better to do the variation with the hand behind the thigh. The knee can be bent or straight. It does need to be moderately comfortable. That's very important for a 5-minute hold, that we can relax into any discomfort. I'm going to leave you some silence now to notice any discomfort, to notice any holding of the breath, to observe everything if we can, whatever is coming up. I'll come back to you with my voice when we're coming out of this shape. See if you can bring your awareness into your hip joint. With your awareness creating space, there can be tingling. With each exhalation, letting go, allowing the head to be heavy. Allow the tension to drain away on the exhalation. And noticing the space around the body. inviting the hip to ungrip. And then swapping legs. Now, if you need to take a break in between, that is absolutely perfect. Yin can be very intense. A lot of people, their leg will be bent at the beginning in a yin pose. And by the beginning, I might mean for the first 2 years, etc. And there can be great benefits in the knee being bent. We're targeting our connective tissue, which includes the fascia, and it works differently. Just bringing your awareness in. What's happening in the body? Can you allow the head and neck to release? Just invite them to be heavy. Is there any sensation of the breath in the boundaries of the body? What can you let go of? How's the breath flowing or not? I know yin can be intense. at the beginning, I'd very much advise you to practice some of the yin videos on this channel to get the hang of it. You know, what's too much, how it's different, etc. Now, slowly coming out of this and coming into a Shavasana simply to release the tension, allow the energy to flow.